everybody, and welcome to another rules video for Duel. Since the first video has been released, expansions have been published offering new exciting mechanics, and today we're going to have a look at those. Our protagonists are a gunfighter by Reaper Miniatures, using feats from the core rulebook, a Voodoo Lady by Freebooter Miniatures, built after the Occultus expansion and thus coming with an array of rituals, and a dude with a camera and some equipment by Footsore Miniatures, using skills according to the rules of Heist. The three guys here are considered heroes, so each of them gets to roll 3 dice for anything he does. Let's remember, the gunfighter, who is built after the core rules, receives 1 die to select his duel score with, and rolls 3 dice to determine whether he scored a hit or not. The use as well as the success of his abilities happen automatically under the circumstances described in a feat's description. Feats usually are tied to some event happening for them in order to be applicable, such as an opposing fighter suddenly appearing within line of sight. The Voodoo Lady's rituals work in a similar way, yet entirely different. First of all, each user of a ritual contributes all of their rituals to a shared pool that every user able to perform rituals and belonging to a warband may use. And even if a fighter with rituals is taken out of the game, his rituals remain in the shared pool for other fighters to use. A ritual can be cast on any fighter within line of sight and within any range. So rituals are not limited by range, as opposed to, say, pistols when played with the according rules. To perform a ritual, a player takes the spirit die of a warband. The spirit die is shared 2 and has got a fixed value beginning with 1 at the beginning of a game. There are ways to increase or to decrease the value of a spirit die. However, the value is always public and is always known information. To this spirit die, the player rolls 3 dice and checks. Any 1 die plus the spirit die equaling 7 or more is 1 success, called an incantation. Every incantation rolled makes a ritual stronger. Also, each incantation rolled leads to 1 point of insanity. In this case, 2 incantations rolled, leading to 2 points of insanity, at best shown with a die placed near or on top of the base of the fighter. Insanity is a stat which may lead to your fighter not being able to act at all, as each time you want to activate a fighter with insanity, you have to roll a die at first. And if you roll equal to or below your insanity stat, the fighter cannot activate anymore. A ritualist has the option for followers, which you may ramp up to acquire, giving a bonus on the die rolled. However, when playing with Insanity, which is a must-do when playing with rituals, there are options for fighters to go insane, not including the use of rituals. So other fighters, such as the Gunfighter here, can go insane too, without having the aid of a follower. And last but not least, if you start performing a ritual within line of sight to a hostile fighter, that fighter returns fire. And then your ritualist uses his spirit die, which is open information, as his duel score. So yes, performing a ritual within line of sight of a hostile fighter is a very risky task. Another option for skills are the so-called story-driven skills, which, let's face it, you have to invent on the fly. Story-driven skills are skills furthering the plot of a story you are telling, and as such will be applicable at certain locations on your battlefield only. For example, the cameraman is trying to make a shot of the voodoo lady trying to perform a ritual. This would be a story-driven skill. The main difference to regular skills is story-driven skills either succeed or they don't. They don't have the different degrees of success. Also, a story-driven skill is rolled against a difficulty level that is either determined by a die roll or has been agreed upon in advance by the players. So let's say, for example, players have agreed upon this is a difficulty of 2, so 2 successes are needed. So the cameraman says, oh, I still try to do it in a relaxed manner, rolls 3 dice, and no, he would have gotten his 2 successes, required to make a video of the voodoo lady. However, he would have obtained 1 point of stress for doing so. Similar to rituals, skills can be interrupted by fighters returning fire. In that case, the focus die becomes your duel score, and only if a fighter using a skill does not get hit before it's his turn to act, then he may execute the action, the skill he wants to execute. Stress, as well as insanity, can be reduced by fighters by just sitting the situation out. Turn by turn, they may reduce the values of the according stat by 1. So even if one of the stats hits maximum level, not all is lost. And as usual, thank you for watching this video. If you liked what you've seen, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons, and feel free to share the video with others. That's what it's made for after all. Until then, have a good time and see you around.